Yes. Let's get rid of this one. We have audio? I think we're good. We look like we're good. What's up, Scoots? We are good.
Yep.
There was a little hiccup. There's always a hiccup.
Morning.
Morning, Erica.
Yes, sis. Sound is good.
Vinny, sound is good.
Repost.
Good to hear.
Clay bars are great. Audio clear. Sir.
Clay
Not
bars
another
are
fit
great.
today.
Audio clear.
Morning.
Not another fit today. No. We don't do this very often. We actually have a Focus sedan, which I don't do very often either. But they are relatively easy to tint. So I kind of wanted to go in this with a little bit of a topic.
Morning, Matt.
While we actually
Finally caught one from the beginning.
While we stream.
We can hear the robot LOL.
We can hear the robot.
We hear your chat talk.
Oh no!
Robot voice repeating comments.
Yep. Hang on. Voice chat.
I can hear.
There we go. That's what y'all sound like. That's what you sound like in my head. All right, now let me know if it went away or not, because we figured out some software, we figured out some stuff, and it looks like the stream alerts are going to work as well. Too early for this tint god. It's 7:45 here. It's good. We are good now. Awesome. Yeah, I shouldn't have left that up. I don't know why I did in the first place. Twitch chat, give me money, please. How about you give me money? Do you know what the legal tint in Kansas? No, but if you type that into Google, you will find out. Is it easier to shrink the windshields dry? Yeah, it's much easier to shrink everything dry, or mostly faster, because the water, what it'll do is kind of take away that heat as you're trying to shrink it. So if you pocket shrink it wet, that seems like a pretty efficient way to go, but I've always just done dry. It's gone. Good. Been up since 6, tinted 2 cars already. I got up at like 8:30. It's a good day today. We have 1 car, and then we have some coffee, so that's all I got to worry about. Haircut. Slick. Thank you. Yes, we finally got a haircut. Nice haircut. Oh, none hair. Yeah. Thanks, man. Kansas 35 all. Oh, really? You gonna only go as dark as 35 in Kansas? That's no fun. Because, I mean, some people say that Michigan state law is terrible, but it's actually, you can go as dark as you want in the back, and then that usually lets you go a little bit darker, like get away with a couple of things in the front, even though it's technically not legal. But it depends on the cop that's pulling you over, and if you have a doctor's note or not, too. Coffee good? Yes, we can't get through the day without coffee. Oh, so the glass shop that I also do some tint work for, man, I had an iced coffee. It was early in the morning, first thing of the day, and then I put it on like this little step bench, bumped it, whole thing spilled out. Can't have anything nice. It was a sad day. That's always a sad day, especially when you put a little extra work into your own coffee. You have AC in here? Kind of. What we did is there's this door here and a sliding glass door or a window. And I propped that up. I stuck a fan in there. I put some cardboard to kind of block off that back pressure or something. I don't know. And it works. It works somewhat. It's definitely cooler than not doing anything. Yeah, it wasn't a fun day. Oh, I tell you. So, and I don't have one right now, but Tint Wiz sent me like these really nice thermoses. And like one day, the first day I went in, it was great. I had two of them though, but I broke the top of the first one. Like same thing. Like put it in my toolbox, but it was a little bit too big, and I didn't realize it. And it just flopped over and crack, and there goes all my coffee. You had to have two contractors come out and install the AC unit. Yeah, two contractors to stick a fan in a window and then rough cut out some cardboard. Oh, you guys will see it. It was in the last stream too. But yeah, figured I'd let things get warmed up a little bit or cooled down. So that's running now. I'll shut it off probably for the back window. But so one thing I wanted to do in this live stream, since we're only doing a focus, there's not, I suspect, that many questions that's going to be with this car. You know, we've done the hatchbacks. Those are more difficult. This back window is very standard. The bottom edge gets a little bit tight, but really nothing to write home about. So I kind of wanted to come in here with a bit of a topic today. So there's been a lot of people taking note of clay bars. That's in part because I started talking about them in the first place, but there's something that kind of, I think, fell along the wayside for a long time that has been extremely helpful. So what I wanted to do is I wrote down a couple of things regarding the clay bars. And what we're going to do, too, I think, is I have an editor now who actually put together footage from the last live stream that is going to be uploaded directly after this live stream is over. So the video is all set, ready to go. So after this live stream, there is going to be a video on the channel about the Honda Fit. Woo! Exciting. Well, the car's not that exciting, but the footage and what he did with it is really, really cool. So, so my idea for this one is we're going to be talking about clay bars, and then he's going to edit this footage down, maybe into an actual video where we can kind of just, you know, take it out of a live stream. Can you tint my 84 Ford F-350? No. I have a glass shop I can refer you to. That's a truck I really wouldn't want to do anyways, to be completely honest, and way too big for this place. So we're only doing full cars in here. So let's at least briefly talk about what they are. There's not a lot to know, but there are some questions that have been brought up in a lot of the live streams. So this, as I'm sure a lot of you have seen in the past, this is a clay bar. And okay, so this is a clay bar. They're squishy. They're used in detailing. That's where most people know of them from. They're for cleaning up the paint. And because they're soft, they're squishy, they're malleable, they pick up lots of little dirt, lots of grit, and they're smooth on paint. But for window tinting, we have razor blades, and there's sometimes harder stuff that can stick to the glass. So how is this actually helpful for window tinting? Well, what I've found is in a couple places. So on the back window especially, there's like this black residue that is left on almost all defrosters and has been doing a fantastic job of cleaning that off. And then as far as the doors go, they're really handy for cleaning the top edges. So if you've ever seen that like black stuff that gets left behind, you know, you wipe it with a towel. But the problem with the towel is the towel will leave lint. This is one of those things that can pick up extra little pieces of dirt, grit, fibers. There's a couple things to look out for. But as far as that goes, they've been really handy on doors as well. I use, some people know of it, Squeaky Monkey. It's like a glass rubbing compound. It leaves a little grit behind, and this does a great job of picking that up. Basically, if I were to sum it up, it's like a wet tack cloth that you can always use, run them under a sink, and they're super, super handy. So, that being said, what kinds of clay bars are out there? Generally speaking, I'm not incredibly familiar with clay bars, but from my experience so far, what I've seen is there's a few different grades, there's lots of different colors, and in general, there's just, you know, a handful of options. So they will sell them by 100-gram bars. So sometimes you'll see 100, 200 G. That just refers to the weight. The color doesn't matter at all. I think they just do it for some additional branding. I've picked out the white ones. I like the white ones because they give you a great contrast of, you know, before and after. It's pretty cool to see, and you don't realize how much stuff is on there. There's different grades, so there's fine, there's medium, and there's heavy. I've just gone for the fine ones. It seems like all the glass ones seem to be like just a fine grade. And I will say, the slightly better clay bars that you get, if you go cheap on clay bars, they seem to be a little rough and kind of stick to the glass. But some of the better ones, they're a little bit smooth. They hold together a little bit better. And then the white ones, I don't know. I've just liked these so far. So they come in a couple different colors. You can get them from any detail supply. Amazon has them. Just Google glass clay bars. And pretty much any of those should do well. So this is the one. This was actually sent to me by a company, which is how I stumbled across these in the first place. Whatever we had going on completely fell through. So they are not endorsed. Like, I'm not endorsing them as far as, like, you know, sponsorships or anything like that. This was just the one that they sent me. This is by Max Shine Magic Clay Bar. So this is, like it says in the packaging somewhere, fine grade 200 white. Is that focused? No, it's not. Fine grade 200 white. That just refers to the weight and what it is. Find one of those. They're pretty great. And as far as how to use them, that's why we have the car here. So we're going to be going through that as we tint it. And I'm going to show you where I found that they're most effective. But yeah, if there's any questions, feel free to ask while I'm actually working on the car. I'll answer whatever I can. And then let's just go ahead and get into it, shall we? Cheers. How do you clean the clay bar after use? That's a great question, too. I have that written down. So to clean these, all you're going to do is run them under water. You don't need any soap. You don't need anything special. They'll start to look scuzzy, start to look nasty. I've dropped this on the floor many times and picked up lots of, like, grit and stuff that I thought I was going to have to throw it away. You just massage it out under some warm water. It all comes out. It starts to discolor. So this is a little bit less white than when I first got it, but I've been using this for about, I think, a couple months now, and it seems really, really good. Clay barring windows? Yes, we're going to be clay barring windows. This is something that not everybody knows about. And for back defrosters, that's another question too. Back defrosters, I think they help out as far as, you know, peanuts and stuff. So on Chargers, Challengers, 300s, Mustangs, all those regular cars where you have some issues with those, I don't think it's 100%, like, I don't think it solves the issue 100%, but I think it definitely helps out. Me personally, I always just turn on the defrosters to handle those situations, but this is another thing that you can use. And then another thing I wrote down too is, do I need them? No, you really don't absolutely need them, but they've been super handy just to keep around. I use them on pretty much every car now, but I've been tinting for a long time without them, and it's been completely fine. So this, I would say, maybe bumps up your quality like that much. Like, you know, go from 97 to 98, 99. You know, it's just for those little extra bits. So it's not the be-all, end-all, but they are super handy to have. All right. Have you found any joy yet? I find joy in what I do. No, not yet, actually. So a couple of people said that they were going to be sending joy out here. But as far as locally, I haven't found it around here. I'm going to do a little bit more searching, though. I haven't yet. Mainly go to Meijer. Walmart's been closing like at like 8:30. So I haven't even made the time to go there. Where can I pick up some clay bars? Right now, just any detail supplier. Most tint tool suppliers do not have them. This is something that I think you're going to see every single one of them pick up. It's something that I'm actually going to be carrying too soon, but in the meantime, just search Amazon or search a detail supplier for glass clay bars. There's like Adams, there's Meguiar's. You can find them at like Walmart. You can find them Meijer if you're from the north. Any type of grocery store, convenience, or not convenience store, but any type of grocery store with like an auto section should have them. Any detail supplier, I'd imagine AutoZone would have them too. So yeah, a lot of places. All right. So with that being said, we're going to get started on this focus. So let's switch over to the GoPro. I hope. Ooh, wait. We're doing the other microphone. So bear with me. If this doesn't work yet, it will very soon. One second. It's connecting. It's connecting. I think we're good now. Yes. Somebody said I suggest buying one with a sealable case or storage case. Yes, that will be immensely helpful. This is what they sent it in. This I actually do not like as much, and I kept some clay in here to illustrate a point. So there's the clay on top that I keep using and washing, and the rest of it kind of like melts to the bottom. It's handy to have some type of a case to put them back into, but it's not 100% necessary. Oh no. Do we have? How do we have two mics? Oh. We're learning. Okay. This is going to be fun. Definitely a challenge on this one. Okay. But like I was saying, this is, it's handy to have a case to put the clay bars in. Like somebody mentioned in the chat, this one in particular is not. Are we good now? Okay, cool. This one in particular, it works pretty well. It's resealable. You can use it as much as you want, obviously. But the clay at the bottom, this was like a 200-gram setup. So this came with like two different clay bars. And it just kind of gets messy. It would be nice to have like a flat container that you could just put it on, like a little like clip case or something like that. So I've looked around for those, and I actually will have those soon, but it was a good thing to mention. All right, so let's go. Are we good? I think we're good. We're good on audio, right, guys? Give me a check, 1, 2, and then we will get started. There might be a little delay here, but that doesn't really matter. Where did I buy my tool cart? I bought it off of Amazon, actually. It's by a company called Beta. It was sweet. Thank you. All right, perfect. It was $500 on Amazon. Okay. So we are going pro now, and hopefully we don't stop the stream. Are we supposed to tint? Are we tinting today? That's what we're doing. Not talking about clay bars all day, but that was an important thing that I wanted to cover. All right, so we have the car. Here's the key. It is stick shift, which I really appreciate. It's something that I miss. Laser. We're gonna just turn that one off for now. Turn off the lights, make sure that we're all good to go. Keep that door shut or else we'll go crazy with the ding-dings. So yeah, these are pretty standard, pretty straightforward. The seals are very loose on these ones on the side. The doors are identical to what you're gonna find on the ones with a hatch. The only difference being is really this back glass. I even think the quarters are basically the same. But down here, we have some felt. It presses up against the back glass. We have some fuzzies. We have some just general gunk and stupid shit that we have to deal with. We have these beveled edges, which somebody asked a lot about last time. Why is that still ding-dinging? Oh, because we didn't close it all the way. So yeah, we are doing today 35 on the front doors and 5% on the back doors. So let's just go ahead, grab some stuff, and get started. So let's put those there. We have our sprayer. We are using Ajax today, again, because I bought a lot of it, and we still don't have joy. So it's always a good idea to clean your glass, get a good idea of what you're doing, what you got going on. Wipe off the mirror. Look at yourself. So what's up? Y'all been doing good in chat? Yeah, we definitely got a lot down here. That's always concerning to see. But I've seen so many like this that it's not uncommon. But if you're newer, it's definitely something I would imagine that would kind of freak somebody out. Got this seal just falling off. Do I plan on restocking the squeegee handles? Yes. Everything should be back in stock. Sometime it's just shipping is very, very slow. So everything's on ordered. Everything will be there. The squeegee handles have actually been pretty decent. So this handle and this handle, this is the Fusion 5. This is the little like plastic ones that I sell. These have actually been solid. I still like the Fusion one better, but these ones do work as well. The Fusion one's like kind of built like a tank. I still have my Fusion 5 from like I think when I first started tinting. The back carpet pops out just by putting down the seats and you have a couple tabs. Ooh, we could look at that. That's something I've actually never done. These Focus sedans are something that I hardly ever get. They give you a little bit of space, but doing that, pulling the carpet if it's super easy wouldn't be a bad idea at all in something like this. Somebody sent me a video about a VW one as well, and I wish I had seen it before I went to do the removal on that one. That's why I like you guys. You guys have helpful stuff. Easy bro, trust me, I just did one. Very cool. I'm 50-50 on that though. Have you ever come across those posts in like the groups that tell you, no problem, take it apart in 2 seconds, and then it's like a 20-minute project to somebody that's never done it before? How many cars can you do per roll on that tape? So you can do about 10. It'll do like 10 full windshields or back windows and sometimes some little extra quarters and stuff like that. It's 100 feet per roll. I like to use them on pretty much anywhere with an extended black border is usually where I use them. Sometimes on quarters, sometimes not, depends on the day. Tried using a kit from AutoZone, a waste of time and money. I'm gonna go to a professional, I want 25% all around. Yeah, so if you're just doing window tint for fun on your own car, it's a challenge. Cutting, the kit that they give you is not especially fun. The stuff is so basic, but also not very handy to work with. So we're going to be using 35. That's where this is. So I remember the AutoZone video I did a while ago. The knife wasn't even, like the blade wasn't stainless steel. It was just a cheapo rusted blade already. Plasticky. Like I know it's $10, but like you need better. Or it helps to have at least something a little bit better. I was very much disappointed with it. Full roll, 35%. Heavy. Where can I buy that film? Check out GeoShield USA. if you're interested in them. They don't just sell it off their site. I think they do through a dealer portal, but you have to set up an account with them first. But this film is really for somebody that's looking to like start up a business or a shop or something like that. So just keep that in mind. Tint Depot is a really good place to go for like more retail side of things. I need to get some better lights on this side. I have noticed that. I have like the big ones up there. We need to fix the ones over here. Lumar or GeoShield? That's a good question. As far as sheer companies go, Eastman is a much bigger company. They have more at their disposal for sure. They have more dealers in general. As far as films go, they're both really, really good. But there is a clear price difference there. As a Lumar dealer, you should definitely charge more because the film is going to cost you substantially more as a Lumar dealer. And not a lot of people take advantage of that. So you can charge just as much for both of them. The crazy thing is there's lots of cheap Lumar dealers out there. I think I want to pull this down a little bit more. Skytech? No, I haven't heard of them. I've heard of Suntech, but I like a new flat out too. So these seals go substantially farther down, so I like to pull them down just a little bit farther. Especially because like the Ford seals are pretty loose, but if you left them above it, in this case, you would see like a clear line there. And that's sloppy. We don't want sloppy. Have I used flex film? Yeah, I have actually back in the day. I don't I don't like them no more. But up here I never had a problem with their film. Is Tint Depot One-Ply good? Depends on, if it's the stuff at the very bottom, I would use that stuff for practice. It's a 1 year. I wouldn't be putting that on customers' cars. Use that stuff for like more practice, and then just like, if you want a lot of film to play around with, that's what that's for. But I always go all the way to the top as far as like film qualities go. I don't see a point in selling or installing anything with under a lifetime warranty because you can absolutely charge for it. Feeling like you have to give a deal is just not something that you really need to do. How much for a 2020 Explorer, 20 all around, 35 on the windshield? So I would charge, what are we, $280 for the sides and the back, and then an additional $130 for the full windshield. That's starting. Okay, so not 35. We need 5 on the back. So let's put this back so we don't get confused. Let's find our 5%. It's either Pro Classic 5, this one right here. Solar control film from Tint Depot worth the price? Tint Depot, their films are really, really good. They actually use, they use good stuff. I laugh because, oh, this is the roll they pushed over. Damn it. You guys ever been at a place where they accidentally knock a roll of your film over? I mean, my bad for keeping it out of the box, but they pulled an airline and the whole roll fell. And that makes me sad. $135, you aren't putting ceramic? No, that's starting, that's color stable. Ceramic I would do for $200 to $250 on a windshield. Cut this off. What do I think of Lexan ceramic? I actually have not tried it. They sent me the carbon. I might have their ceramic, but I haven't looked at it. Here's what I would guess. It shrinks a little slow. It looks good. Pretty decent film overall for the price, but probably still hazy. That's what I would guess. So I remember we had a lot of questions about the bevels on these ones last time. I think that was a repeat spam question, but that's all I think of. Will I stream a paint protection film install? No, Lord, no. I've done some paint protection film. I'm not that great at it. I'm also like way out of practice. So I did probably 15 or so front ends over the period of like 2 or 3 years. And I don't know, it might have been more than that. I'm not a huge fan of installing PPF. I specialize in tint. I like tint. We can learn a lot about window tinting. Any of the other things, they make sense as a company to bring on, but for me as an installer, to do any one of those extra ones, they just kind of supplement my time. They don't actually they don't improve what I make in a day. Just being honest about it. My time can either be spent tinting a handful of cars in a day, or it can be spent doing the front end with PPF, or it can be spent doing like vinyl work. So to make these a little bit easier, what I do is cut one way and then cut the other way. And then just round the end. You treat the whole thing like a top edge. I would love to just like go around that corner really smooth, but that doesn't always happen, unfortunately. I still don't know what to do with this piece of film. I like it because it's like, it's old, it's purple, it came off clean, it's a good illustration for like bad film, but I kind of don't want to leave it hanging here, but I don't have any other place to put it where it's not just going to get destroyed. See, and now we only have a little guy. That's all you have to do there. Who do I recommend for PPF and ceramic coating? Um, it's a good question. There's a place around here called Midnight. They seem pretty legit. They do a lot of PPF, full vinyl, ceramic coatings, that type of stuff. It depends on where you are, though. The Classic Appreciation, they do awesome ceramic coatings. I think they contract in the people to do PPF, though. But I know they put out good work there. Really, really nice shop. Same for, who else around here? Auto Spa? Some auto spa. I forgot their full name. But really, really good work over there. It's they're over in like Royal Oak / Berkeley. Okay. Maine. Okay, cool. I'm checking if I have to adjust anything. No? Okay, good. I don't want dual microphones again. I needed a sip of coffee. Where should I order ceramic tint from for a DIY? Ceramic tint's going to be a harder one to DIY, but Tint Depot also sells ceramic film. The problem is, like, if you're just going about it and you've never messed around with film, chances are it's not going to go super well, even if you get, like, a pre-cut kit. But, I mean, by all means, go for it. I bought a 100-foot roll of Lexan ceramic, 10% on Amazon for $79. God damn, that's cheap. That scares me. Is static cling any good? Static cling is not really the same type of thing. So static cling, like, it's just a real rough solution that you just like slap on the window, but don't expect it to be the same as a automotive grade window film. You know, that would make a good video. I'm glad you brought that up. We should get some and mess around with it. Chances are it's going to be blurry too, but it depends on the static cling. It would be kind of funny to try on stream. Can we put it on? I wonder if we can shrink it and put it on a back window. I know they don't come in like tall rolls though. I remember you from YouTube 10 years ago. Started your own tint stuff shop in your garage. Cool. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yeah, so we finally set up our own little thing here. And the main reason I went this route is so I could focus way more on content creation instead of just only window tinting. It's blurry, you can't see in or out. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. It's a real rough solution for just like, I don't know. I don't even know what you're supposed to put it on. Definitely not cars. Not if it's blurry. It would be a fun one to try on stream though, just to like mess around with it and see what it's like. I figured it would be a tough to DIY ceramic, but I love DIY projects. After watching a ton of your videos, I feel like I should give it a shot. Then by all means, yes, go for it, man. That's awesome. I don't want to discourage you from giving it a go. I just heard the ceramic part, so that always, like, there's like higher stakes there. That's always what concerns me. It's like if you want to get some film and play around with it and learn, and then like, you know, work your way up. That's usually like the more economical way. But you watch a ton of videos. I mean, yeah, go for it. That's cool. Everybody's different. I will say that. Some people just take to it really, really quickly, and some people, it takes a long time. It took me like I'd say a good year, where I felt pretty competent in most situations. But there's still cars that I absolutely dread and suck at doing. What is that? Dylan! Was that it? Dylan got some glass aid? Dude, thank you. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. I'm so glad that worked. I actually got to hear it in my headset this time. I hope it worked on stream. I don't know, because last time we had difficulties, but I think I sorted them out. So let me know if that worked or not. 92 RAM back window, never again. Oh, I can sympathize so much. I had to do a 2000s F350 the other day with the rubber set seals. And if that RAM is a plastic back window, oh, fuck that. No fun at all. Okay, so we're gonna get a couple things ready because this is gonna be our first Clavar demonstration for the video. So let me make sure I have everything. I need my scrub pad, and we're gonna put some scrubby juice on it. That sounds gross. Well, and on myself, which makes that even grosser. Neat. Hey, that's killer. Guys, dude, that's fucking killer. 1 second. Hey man, I started messing around with window tint back when I was a teenager. With the help of you and your videos, I've taken my tint to a whole other level and actually made some extra cash. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. I want to see everybody get theirs. Because you can. This is a big enough industry. Lots of demand and not enough people tinting. It's good shit. So awesome. Congrats, man. Okay, so what is the scrubby compound? So this is Squeaky Monkey. A lot of people have heard me talk about it before. I have some, but it's not in the store yet. But you can also find it on like Sun Distributing. But so, anyways, let's take a minute and we're gonna talk about using a clay bar on here. So we're gonna get a little bit into the cleaning process. There's a few things that you can do. A lot of what I'll do is check out the age of the glass. Really, could just kind of see what buildups on there. So I'll take like a plastic scraper or something. You can feel it with your hand. It's good to loosen up that stuff at the bottom. But I don't like to use that scrubbing compound for the very, very bottom because the grit, I don't want it to get in the seals. It's okay if you do. It just can sometimes lead to bad things. But then I will take it, I will scrub the rest of the glass. And this is something that when I really started giving it a chance, it'll take care of hydrophobic coatings. The tint will grab the glass a little better. It'll slide a little bit better. It's good shit. And then we take a towel and we wipe it off. But because it's got a little bit of an abrasive, we want to wipe it off too. So a lot of people will take a towel, wipe off the top edge, and then you'll see like a darker mark. That's from all this shit that, like, as you roll the window up and down, it gets stuck in that top edge, builds up, old windows. So our clay bar, you wet down the window, and then you just want to go over the glass. So this will help pick up any extra little bits. It's not a be-all, end-all cure. You still need a good technique, but I like to focus for sure on that top edge. And you can see these darker lines. That's extra stuff that it just pulled off. And being that it's a clay bar, it's not going to leave fibers behind. So that's why I really, really like them. So that's really it for the doors. Nothing more than that. Pretty simple. And then the next demo, I mean, you're going to see me use it on all the doors, but especially on the back window is where it really shines. So I like to always squeegee these off twice, just out of habit. Just make sure it's extra. Once is usually fine. Twice is more better. Give it a good spritz. These seals are really deep too. One thing that I did in the last focus that I did is I concentrated on the front first. Because they are very deep. You got a lot of plastic. Sometimes it's good to get the harder part out of the way first. But they're very loose seals. They're just deep. They're deep. So as long as that goes okay. Now, what you want to be careful of is like it binding up. So, again, get it to lay flat on the glass. Push it over. And cross your fingers. Whoa. Get that top edge very close. And because that's such a deep seal, I just want to make sure it's covered up. I think we're a little bit shy. But we're sticking. There we go. What sprayer are you using? I'm tired of using refilling a sprayer every 20 minutes. Yeah, so spray tank. It's not an official tint keg, but that's what a lot of people are getting now. They're super cool. They'll run you about $250 to $270, or $250 to $300, somewhere in there. They're 100% worth the investment, though. You're going to use it on absolutely every car. They're fantastic. And it's a spray tank that's built like a tank. So this one I've been going on, I don't know. I think I bought it in like 2014, 2013 maybe. I've had it for a long time. If you look at my old videos, you'll see me do a review of it. Could have even been back in 2012. Uh-oh, did something happen? One second, I'm gonna check this out real quick. Are we good? Anything weird happen? I feel like something weird happened. My bad. I don't know if it did. We'll find out pretty soon. So, spray this down. This isn't a how-to tinted door window tutorial, but I want to make sure that's extra clean. And did we go far enough down? Wow. Just barely far enough. Cool. Everything looks good? Okay, cool. I had like a stream elements alert thingy go off telling me that it looked like it restarted the stream. So as long as it didn't restart like the YouTube side of things, we're good. How do you deal with customers? Customers are great. We're working on systems. Being that I don't have any type of waiting room, I only take on people that can drop off. And if they can't drop off, then I'm sorry. There's only so much that I can do. I just don't have anywhere for them to wait. Generally speaking, that's been completely fine. I'm sure I've lost something here or there. Oh, and also, if you're talking about, like, you have them around the shop and they, like, want to come watch you work, that's 100% up to you, but it's not rude to tell them that you can't have them watching you. You just want to focus on what you're doing. And that's something that I did for a long time. I was always self-conscious about having people watch me tint. And so some people might think that it's extra crazy going live, and I was definitely nervous going live with all of this. Still am, to some respect. I want everything to go right, don't want to mess up, but sometimes that happens, and you guys have been cool about when it does. Because it happens to everybody. So, send him to my channel. Why is this? I feel like we have one little weird spot. What is going on? We good? Okay, we good. Yes, perfect. I didn't think. It almost looked like there would have been a pinch, but it wasn't a pinch. It was like, I don't know if it was pressing against like the little seal or something. But yeah, I've had that happen. So good story. I was tinting for my dad's place, and I tried to make it clear that I was pretty uncomfortable with people watching. But I remember this one time where I was tinting, and then we were trying to get through a car, and like I've been tinting for a little while, but enough to still make me very nervous if somebody was watching. And then customer asked if they could watch. He brought him in the back and pulled up a chair for him, just like, yeah, man, kick back, relax, go ahead and watch him work on your car. And I was like, crap. Ooh, this is a great question now. What was it? Being booked out, do customers leave you hanging? 3 no-shows on Friday, how do you handle it? Yeah, so here's what I've run into. My space, I'm planning for 1 car in a day. So my space is very limited. I need everybody to show up if they're going to schedule with me. And in the very beginning, I would have people, and I would say there's lots of yes people and people that either don't like confrontation or don't want to say no to whatever you're telling them. So let's say they're just price shopping and you're the first place that they've called. They're pretty much going to say yes to whatever you're telling them. It's like, hey, I have a blah, blah, blah car. How much is it? Well, there's a lot of people that actually are not hagglers, but you're going to be too expensive and they couldn't figure out what the pricing was any other way, so they had to ask you. And then they don't want to be rude, so they might just end up saying yes. So how much is it? Let's say it's my pricing $240. They're just like, I've heard this over and over. Okay, yep, that's fine. And you're like, I'm sorry, I'm really booked up. The earliest that I can get you in is 2 days from now. And then they're like, okay, that's fine. Yep, put me down on the books. Well, you just gave them a free, easy way to waste your time. But the way to solve that is to just start asking for deposits. And anybody that's serious about booking with you, they're going to leave a deposit. If they're serious about it, they'll leave a deposit. So I've been taking deposits from everybody. Anybody that is not serious about booking an appointment, it's an immediate hang up for them. They don't even say no. They're just like, hey, I'm just like, okay, I need a deposit to hold the spot. And they're just like, click. It's kind of funny. All right, so clay bar again. Clean most of the glass and then give the top edge. Same thing for this little bevel up here. Not so bad. But if there was, we just took care of it. I like it because it's such a quick and easy thing that you can add to what you're doing. And it doesn't take any extra time to really do. It's just, you can just implement it in what you're doing already. We're talking seconds. So that's why I'm such a big fan of adding them in. I always look for things that aren't going to really take away my time, but have some sort of substantial benefit. Oh, dude, I mess up all the time. Well, not all the time, but yeah, I've been through that. I've been through that a lot. I actually had a car that I didn't do the other day, and I got really frustrated. I was mad at myself, and I was also mad at the situation. So I wouldn't say a crazy busy day, but I had this Porsche Macan for just the front doors. I think that's, it was an SUV, so I'm pretty sure it was the Macan. Not the, whatever the other sedan that they have. But it's got 2 doors, whatever it is. It was a new one. It had 2 doors, and it had front windows, or front quarter windows. So they had a little lull in the day, and then they decided to call him in. He had an appointment scheduled for Friday. So they decided to bring him in early. And I had no problems with that, but they didn't tell me the type of car that it was. Just that 2 doors were coming down, and it's like, yeah, okay, no problem. And then he writes it up and tells me about the job. And I was like, oh, it's a Porsche? Does it have front quarters? And he's like, I don't know, it's not very big. And I was like, that doesn't matter. Did you look at it? He's like, no. And then he went out and looked at it. And they had super annoying quarter windows. Ones that reminded me a lot of like the VW. But I did, I looked at it, I figured I could do it. But it basically, it turned into a bit of a situation because the guy didn't have a long time to wait. He was called in assuming that it was going to take, 45 minutes to an hour. And I look at this and I'm just like, I think I can get the front doors done. The quarters will take some extra time. And then I just try the passenger door. I fucked up that window 3 times in a row at like, I don't know. There's something funky about those seals. And I just got like super frustrated because now I don't have time. I don't have time to make it look right. I don't have time. Just the whole situation went from fine to really fucking shitty. And so I was just like, fuck this car. I don't have time to do this right now in the amount of time that, like, it's going to take me easily another hour. Those 3 tries already took me about half hour, almost 40 minutes to get to that point. So it was a situation that I'm just like, no, fuck this car, I'm done. And I don't say that hardly about anything, but they happen. It just, I don't know. I lost my cool pretty bad on that job. Not proud of it. But between doing those front doors and then he's going to have to come back for just the quarters or something like that, and it's just like, I just had it. So there's a pretty door. Hey! Aw, alligator. Thanks, man, for the $10 super chat. Call me later. I'll give you some good pointers for those. Do you guys hear the alert? Was there an alert? I didn't hear an alert. Hear the alert? Was there an alert? Sorry, I was just double checking. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm getting distracted too because I don't think there was an alert, which, oh, did we not fix it? Thank you, though. Thank you for the super chat. I will call you, man. No alert. Well, I thought we fixed it. It should be fixed. But what would be going wrong that doesn't have it fixed? Because they're shown, right? Main. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, no, it should be desktop. Desktop audio. Huh. I don't know. I'll figure this out later. I'm sorry. But I appreciate it, too. We'll see if we can fix it near the end. I spent half an hour in the last stream because, like, I genuinely want those things to work. So it personally makes me sad, too. So, sorry, y'all. But we're going to learn some more about this car. We're going to latch this to get rid of that beep beep. Oh, as for the plastic, we're still using carpet shield. Somebody asked. I got it at Lowe's, and it's been pretty good. Doesn't stick to everything, but it's never left residue. Need to find something a little better. But for some reason, there's always stuff that never sticks to door panels. Just like those stupid do not roll down stickers. Which are dumb. But thanks for the reminder too, because I gotta put it on this one. I think I'm gonna order some 40-inch Lexan carbon. Why do you guys like Lexan so much? Because it's cheap. I need to teach you better. I should say, if you're just getting started, that's perfectly fine. If you guys are selling it to people, I need to teach you better. There is a better way. Okay, so we got Scrubby, we got Clay Bar. We need Razor, though, because we got our super fun stickers. I want to know the difference between the cool lines and the basic carbon that Lexan has. Hit them up. They could tell you a lot better than me. Yeah, the bulk ones. There are people that, or there's a guy that actually prints it for people. He's in the Facebook groups. 100% would be worth getting. I just have to actually get them. Is the film you use lifetime? Yes, all of them are, always. Because there's no reason to go any cheaper. The only thing you're trying to do at going cheaper is competing with cheaper people. And those, and cheap people, you don't have room to move up. But if you start with something better at a little better price point, those are people that generally have a little bit more money to play around with. Not always, but generally. So you have better odds, and you can establish yourself as a better place with a good, better, best model. I like to use carbon and ceramic as my better films. Some people like to just use carbons and ceramics, which I think is a really cool way to approach things. It's just when you go cheap with carbon, that's when you start having, like, cheap with any of them is when you have problems. Practice, like I said, I will beat this into everybody. Practice with cheap film, that's perfectly fine. Installing on some friends' cars just to get started, sure, perfectly fine. But if you're going to become any type of a business, just spring for the better, because what you're going, the difference is so negligible. Yay. Do I tint headlights and taillights? No, but I'm glad you asked, because this week we are going to have a stream where I try to wrap a taillight with Lux. It's a video that I wanted to make for a very long time, and then I filmed it, and then I never got around to editing it. Unfortunately, it's so annoying. I set up like 2 camera angles, and I have to look through all that footage and pick out the better camera angles, and then I have to look back through it and chop it down, and it's just like, that's not my skill set. Like, I've been editing for a long time, but it's never been a natural skill set for me. So, being that we have an editor now, yay! What I plan on doing is a stream later this week where we get to dick around with some Lux film on a taillight. We can look at it. We can practice with it. We can try it out. We can see what it's like from a pretty taillight noob like me. And then turn it into a video afterwards, which I'm really excited about. But now these videos cost me money, so so it better do well. But there will be, what's cool is he just edited a video for me yesterday, or I got it first thing this morning, which is awesome. So after this live stream, I will be posting a video from the live stream that we did on Saturday about the Honda Fit. I know not the most exciting subject, but it turned out pretty well. I'm happy with what we're going to be doing. What is that? Oh, it's sap. It's sap from the outside stuck to the surface. Oh, weird. You see? Is it? Ew. There's like little stickies right here. That was interesting. All right, let's make sure this is all the way over. That top edge is looking good. You know, I gotta say, a new flat out really feels different. Smooth. Good. Good. Let's hope this tuck's okay. Yeah, Lux is really, really good. So I had used it a little bit. It's what is it? What am I trying to say with it? What happened? Oh no, nothing happened. Okay. Lux has like that air release glue. So if you've ever used I've done one set of lights with Oracle. And I wasn't a huge fan of the color of Oracle. It's got kind of like the color is not great. And then Lux had a really nice color. I think a little bit of an orange peel finish, but like the flexibility of that stuff was fantastic. So he sent it out to me a long time ago. So it's probably been improved too, but I still have the stuff from like way back. So we're gonna just be playing around with it. Maybe I should shoot him a message. Be like, hey buddy, remember that video? Shit. But should be fun. I don't think it's actually something I want to get into though. Didn't like Lux. Vivid is 10 times better. I've heard they're super similar. So that's interesting. Maybe we'll do Lux. Oh, he's got different shades too. So I have their darker shade too. But I know he's got different shades anyways. But I've been told they're similar but not the same. Matt, I'm shipping your Joy today. Oh, dude, thanks. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Somebody in chat is shipping me some happiness. Is there any way we could work out some cheaper shipping? I don't think so. So the reason is I get charged whatever the site tells me it is. So whatever the site tells you it is what it tells me. Although I'm curious about flat rate. I looked it up on their site, and I'm pretty sure that the flat rate padded envelopes that I ship out for like 99% of orders, I'm pretty sure that the flat rate shipping's cheaper, but I'm small time. So I can't even get very many good deals. It might be like $20 to $25 for like flat rate international. But I know they often charge like $30, $35 on the site, and those are the labels that I print out and ship out because, like, I don't know. It's an improvement because I used to not offer any international shipping because of issues like that, and it was just overly complicated. So what do you use to get a deposit? Can on the call. For collecting deposits, that's been really easy. All I do is I send them a payment request through PayPal. I want to make it as easy for them as possible. So if I had if you use QuickBooks, I think it would be really easy to send them a deposit over QuickBooks. But there's a lot of people that also have their payment information on PayPal. So that's pretty universal. There's also stuff like, I pretty much just I started using Cash App too because of the kids asked me about Cash App. So I was like, can I send you a PayPal request? And they're like, is it cool if I do it over Cash App? And I was like, sure, man. And then I set up a Cash App. So I don't know. My goal is just to make it as easy for them as possible. So if they want to use Venmo, if they want to use Cash App, Zoom, whatever the deal, I'll just send them wherever they're most comfortable with. It doesn't bother me. The point is, even that shows a level of commitment from them that they're like, I can't do it that way. Can we do it this other way? They're already like, yeah, I'm totally cool with leaving a deposit. Just want it to be easy for my life too. Will ceramic on a windshield cause rainbows? I think any tint with polarized glasses, will cause some sort of rainbow. Not exclusive to ceramic. That's a good topic. You know, I've never owned a pair of polarized sunglasses in my life. But I have heard plenty of times from people that it does that. It's just the nature of polarization with polyester. For those of you that are wondering, I'm razoring this one because it had a little bit of some schmutz. We just want to make sure that that's been scraped before we scrub. You need a pair of Oakleys. You know, the funny thing is I actually have a pair of Oakleys. They're just more like a vanity pair of Oakleys. They were like Shaun White edition, like fun-looking Oakleys. They're not polarized. You know what Oakley needs? Oakley needs to make window film. I will be first on board with some fucking crazy-ass Oakley window film. Can you imagine that? Like some iridescent Oakley branded window film? Dude, that shit would sell so quick. The The prism polarized are dope. I'll have to look into them. Do you find the glass aid moves with slip solution? Yeah, and it depends on the temperature and how well you clean the glass. So if you just like spray it down with soapy water, and it's really warm, and you wipe it off and then use the glass aid, yeah, I've had it release on some corners, and that's super annoying. It's one of those things. It's definitely better in cooler temperatures, and I realized that that's unfortunate. But if you use like a glass cleaner or something that's a little better and the corners aren't tight, so if you have any sharper rounded corners on hot days, chances are it's just gonna start to let go. It's not something I'm super happy about, but I hope maybe we can get a way to improve it. Yeah, it softens up in really hot temperatures, so I still use it, but I'm extra careful around stuff like that too. I think it's probably about time I make a video about the pros and cons of it and like some other options. I don't really have any other options that I really like, which is why I use it in the first place. Oh, I hate when it's... Why does it do that? Why does it gotta do that? It picks one spot inside to like all of a sudden cling to, and then it wants to like... But then when you get it in place, it'll slide around all over the place. That is one of the unfortunate things. Do I use Squeaky Monkey? Yeah, we just used it on all these windows, mostly the top portion. And then I don't use it on the back windows, though. I've had too many instances where it just clings to the defrosters, and I can't clean it out thoroughly. So I never use it on a back window, just on the doors. Why only one squeegee pass? It's a good squeegee pass. I don't always just do one. Sometimes I'll do two. And I also like overlap a lot. So the flat out's just a harder squeegee overall. If you have a softer squeegee, you're gonna have to go over the window a couple more times. And that's not a bad thing. Like like the Orange Crush, I have to go over a little bit harder and a couple more times too. Flat out puts a little bit more pressure, but you might, you could scratch it, that type of stuff. So it's like 1, 2, that's really like, that's more than one. I'm doing a lot of like overlapping there, but I'm pushing, I guess, one continuous wave down the glass. But then when we get to like the end, it's not uncommon for me to swipe out the sides. And then after I do that, I'll do like one clean final pass. So here, give it a light spray, and then get that extra bunch out, and then do your sides one more time. So that's really not uncommon. Sometimes I just like get wrapped up in talking to Chad and lose my mind or something like that. I try and keep things consistent, but that doesn't always happen. Okay, so we got quarter windows to do, and we got a back glass. So let's turn this off. We should probably unlatch the door because I'm gonna forget. Neat, greasy. We'll put that there. We'll go ahead and shut this. Neato. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do, let's do the less interesting part first, right? We got to check the GoPro too. I think we got to change out the battery. Okay. Let me take a look-see at this. 42%. Wow, we're not doing bad at all. I still feel like compelled to swap it out though, even though I think I'd be okay. So I guess let's do that. What? Tin in an army guy car and he watched him. I was going full instructor mode. That would be scary. So one way to look at it too is somebody told me they've tried to embrace customers watching them because it's a chance for them to try and let their personality shine. And they're nervous, but if they can talk to the customer and make the customer feel that much more comfortable with them, then you get a customer for life. And it's an opportunity to talk about more things if you offer more services and stuff like that. So sometimes if you lean into it, it could work out to your benefit for sure. Is the windshield getting tinted? No, not on this one. And it's a good thing too, because the windshield's all cracked up, so he needs to get it replaced. Like this one legitimately needs to get replaced before we were to tint it. It's just not worth it. 200%. Oh, he just replied in chat. Alligator, what's up, man? All right, let's check out this windshield. We're not tinting it. I just wanted to show you. Yeah, see these ones right here. It looks like maybe wiper or rock or something hit it and it spidered. So it's kind of funny. We've done so many windshields on these live streams. It's kind of nice to not for once, so I can just like, I guess, put a little bit more time into some other things. Okay, so we got the 5%. We got to do something about these quarters first. There, this guy. You're lucky you don't have inspection stickers on the windshield. Yeah, man. I didn't even realize that was as big of a thing as it is. Yeah, inspection stickers would drive me crazy. Like, we have recreation stickers that some people will have, but they're really not that common, and they're very easy to take off. What line of GeoShield? We're using the Classic Pro. Shrinking over stickers? It's perfectly fine. If you might have like some little wiggle lines and stuff like that. That doesn't matter. You can shrink over most stickers. Like if you have a lot of lettering on a back window, it would make it annoying, but you can still shrink over it. Yeah, it's kind of funny. For those of you that haven't really talked to customers very much at this point, if it still intimidates you, it's actually been incredibly easy. Just be happy. You're there to, like, they're interested in what you do, and you're there to to help guide them in what they're looking for. So it's like, I don't know. I was in the back for a long time. I didn't want to have to quote unquote deal with customers and stuff like that. But now that I've actually been put in that spot, most people are generally just cool. So it'll stress you out in the beginning. Force yourself to get used to it. Like, it's pretty cool too, because some of them, I get to talk about like YouTube and live streaming in here. That's been pretty neat. That's not something that I would have been able to do in most situations. Okay. 5% Classic Pro. We're gonna line this up, and then we'll have enough to do the quarters. So we're gonna use this piece for that as well. And we're gonna turn off this fan. This is my air conditioner, by the way. Isn't that super fancy? We're gonna turn it off when we go to install this back window. But in the meantime, man, oh, it's so nice. I would be absolutely dying without it. So these are those corners. Like even this round, you gotta be careful. You don't wanna overstretch it when you go around a corner like that. And then if you get it wet, so we didn't soak down the window yet. We just kind of layered it, and then we're just going to kind of go quick with it, I think, and we should be okay. If not, then oopsies. Serving that, and for limo, I like to use a light. Then we can see it much more better. You can kind of see it, but a light makes it that much better. I have a 20 by 30 shop with no AC in Louisiana. Ooh. Ooh, the humidity. Yeah, no fun, man. Whatever place I have next, you can be damn sure we're getting some AC. I do it. I know what it's like, but we're also in Michigan. So it's like we get plenty humid, and it gets like this the past couple weeks, or the past week's been 90 to 95, and this coming week is no exception. So we get hot, not as hot as it does in the South, but I know heat on some level. Oh, this has like some weird little thingies, so we're gonna shift this. We don't want those weird little thingies. So we're gonna cut our bottom edge too. How many full cars do you get out of a 36? You get about 8 full cars with I think with like no mistakes, you get like 8 full cars. Oh. Yeah, some of those temperatures sound brutal, for sure. I think it's like 80s in here right now. It's 90s outside though. The only thing that's keeping it from becoming a sweat box is that right there. Maryland is so bad, it's been in the 90s with at least 60 to 70. Humidity, ooh. What's the lowest temp you would do a tint job? Oh, that's the opposite end of the spectrum. It sounds really nice right now. Here we do them all year round. The garage will get as cold. Like when you first get there, it'll probably be in the 40s. with everything closed up, but we'll warm it up to like 60s. Sometimes the heaters, so it's like we have plenty of issues depending on the places here. So I would much rather them be, you know, at least 70. But some shops have really shitty heaters and it gets plenty fucking cold. Never outside though. Never outside in the wintertime. Oh, we're gonna, what are we doing? We're gonna do quarter, oh, we'll just do them all together. All right, so let's heat shrink this. This is a nice middle back window. Nothing crazy, just light curve to it. Yeah, this whole summer, like, so last year was incredibly mild. I don't think we got a hot day until July. And this year went from like 60 all the way up to like 80. And that was pretty crazy how it jumped up so fast and just avoided 70. And it's like, no, we want 70. And then it cooled down a little bit and then it went all the way up to 90. And it's like, we just have a hot summer up here for sure. Still want to move though. Although I don't know if I want to go as extreme as Florida. Have plenty of days where it's over 100 with 75% humidity. Ooh. Now we're playing a game. How bad does it get? Oh my god. Well, I mean, I could. I get used to it. I know there's a lot of places that don't have AC, but my dad's shop has AC. And that was nice. But the wintertime didn't have the best heaters, at least in the beginning. There you go. I tint in 150 degrees with 3,000% humidity. There you guys go. I think we found a winner. I tint in the middle of a volcano with acid rain pouring down. It's like back in my day, I had to walk through 8 feet of snow on my way to school. Guys crack me up. One of the best comments, you can shrink tint without a heat gun down south. Love it. Shop light. What card am I using? I'm using a felt card. It's like a felt block. There's what is called the MacTac. That is a higher quality version. I think those are maybe the OGs. But you can find lots of like felt block hard cards online. I am completely out of those. I had like 400 of them. They are all gone. But I will have more. Hopefully by the end of the month. Need hair gel to install tint. Yeah, that's crazy. What's better to shrink a back glass, a felt card or a hard card? I like the felt cards. There is kind of a nice in-between that I found out not too long ago about. It's like a triangle card that you can wrap felt over the edge, and it's like the best of both worlds. So what I don't like about a hard card is how unforgivable they can be when you have specks on your back window. That is no fun. Good God, come on. Wow, this didn't cut well at all, did it? So with a felt block, let's say you took a towel, you wiped off your window, you have a speck here, you have a little grit, you know, just something that got left behind. You're moving pretty fast in your day. You throw film on the back window, and then you go to shrink it. Well, a lot of times what can happen is that hard card will hit that piece and just rip right through the film. A felt block will skip right over it. So that's the biggest reason why I use those. Also, if you can get away with some small creases too. They usually don't press down the film as firmly, and then you could put like an air bubble over it and shrink it back out. So it's 100% up to you. Try both though, but that's why I like felt blacks. Some people don't like that the felt blacks aren't as strong. They don't put as much pressure. Avery Dennison wrap card works great. I don't think I've seen one of those. But it sounds like it would work great. Anything that's going to, you know, be like a block form and just kind of press down the film, but not so much that it's gonna like rip right through it. Some people use gloves too, like torches and gloves, so there's all kinds of fun little ways. I don't want to turn off this fan. I like it. It's nice. All right. Can you do a close-up of an installed roll-up? You mean like you're talking on the doors? Of an installed roll-up on the outside, specifically by the edges. Yeah, like a roll-up window. Oh, these do look easy. Yeah, I could do that towards the end. That'd be fine. Just remind me. So the bummer about live streaming too is that GoPros are not as nice on quality as I would like them to be. They kind of like blur, not blur, but they smooth things out. But it's literally the only type of camera that I can stick on my head, so technology will get better. Okay, so we're gonna have to get in there and we're gonna have to clean the back window. We actually haven't done anything to clean it yet. Just making sure those edges are locked down. That's all that is. And we get back into clay bars. So we have our clay bar from before, but what I would like to do is also grab a newer clay bar, and let's take a towel and throw it on the back. But somebody did mention the deck lid, so I guess we could take a quick look at that. They have those push pins. I did see. So these things, these I've seen before. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what? Oh, it slides. Hang on. It's stuck here. There it goes. Oh, you weren't kidding. Holy shit. Look at that. Oh, thanks, dude. Well, now you know. These 4 pins, they don't even sit into the pillars at all. Approved. I'm just going to leave it like that. Just back enough far. I don't need to pull it all the way out. I'm just going to give it that gap space so I don't have felt pushing at it. That was cool. Thank you for the tip, whoever that was. I don't really get these sedans. You're welcome. Matt, thank you. Good name, by the way. Okay, our sprayer is in there. We need clay bar. That earns credibility here. Much appreciated. It's not one of those like, yeah, it takes part in 2 seconds, and then we're like spending an hour. Those are the stuff that I will take an extra 2 seconds to do, because now I got rid of that whole felt ridge. Good deal. Shoot, we need one more tool. We need our side swipe. And sorry, I keep getting in and out. That is the nature of forgetting. And we will turn this off. So it's gonna get toasty. Side swipe. There we are. Good deal. Okay, so we're gonna talk a little bit more about clay bars on the back window. This is gonna be like the last part of that video. So, pretty straightforward. And we're gonna put these in the light a little bit. I know it's a little bit hard to tell. Both of these are a little bit gray looking, but there's no significant signs of like extra, like they don't look dark gray or black. So this is before. We will set them here. All we do for the clay bar is, if you want to be extra thorough about your window, spray your soapy solution on it. You can take your hand, wipe over, running against all the lines, and feel for stickies, and you can also look for that kind of stuff beforehand. Clay bars, you're not going to be able to feel anything with a clay bar. Hey! Super chat, $10. Thank you. Oh, what was that? Hey Matt, just woke up. Yay, live. Thanks, Charles. I really appreciate that. All right, back to the clay bar really quick. So, like I said, these look basically the same. They've been used a little bit, but there's nothing significant. So what I like to do is just as simple as leave the back glass wet and rub over all the glass, especially on the lines. And then we're gonna take a look-see and see what the deal. Not all of them are super filthy, but I have been really surprised with some of them, especially on like chargers and stuff. So it's not a huge difference on this one, but you can definitely see this is kind of like a before. Again, we use this on like the doors and then an after. This is definitely dirtier than it was before. Unfortunately, this isn't a super impressive back window, but there is a difference there. And that's pretty much all I'll do. Wipe a clay bar over the defroster lines, pulls any little pieces of dirt that might be stuck there. And as long as you have a decent quality clay bar, it's not gonna like melt and leave residue on the window. Make sure that hair's gone. And then we'll go over it one more time. Take our little guy, side swipe, get this bottom. And now peel and install. We're not going to reverse roll, we're just going to peel this whole thing. As soon as we get this on the glass, we'll be free and clear to also turn on our fan again. Obviously, I just don't want a fan blowing directly on it. That would be dumb. But you can have some air circulation while you're tinting some other things. As long as it's not pointed. As long as it's not kicking up a ton of dust. You are allowed to have some airflow. There we go. Deep breath. Let's yoga this in place. Keeping it a little high off that deck. And slide it down. This one's gone really fun. I've enjoyed this one a lot, even with talking about clay bars. That's really nice. I wasn't sure how that was gonna go. And then hopefully we'll have it turned into a video and we'll see what it looks like. And then we'll never do another one again. All right, cool. Would a misting system help? You know, that has been on my mind. I would really like to get one and just see what it's like. I'd imagine it would help. I have seen Korean tinner videos. He's got like a remote with a whole misting system built into the ceilings. That's pretty badass. I think I would have something a little bit more jank than that, but I want to tie it into a voice activated system. Just because. Just like my garage door, I can tell that to open and it does. And that's fun. But like before you go to install a door, you're just like, hey, missed the doors. And then it just like showers the car. That sounds fun. That's the little things that, like, a guy that is really into what he does, that's the kind of attention to detail that really is very, very cool. I don't know what videos it is, but go check out his channel. He won the competition one year. He's pretty legit. Super nice guy. KoreanTinner.com/ the YouTube channel too. I'm gonna have to fly out there one day and learn the special arts of shaving windows. So we got a little to push out. Ooh, we actually got a bunch at the bottom we gotta push out. And we got a little bit here. What's a good one for that? The side swipe, but I think the side swipe was bumping along that felt, so we'll pull it back a little farther. Don't fall. I know if I put these forward, I just got to be gentle or else I'll push them all the way back to where they came from. That went pretty good. Have I tried the Titan? Yeah, I didn't like that one either. Do I sell pre-cut kits? No, not at the moment. We might be adding them back soon. And they will be fulfilled through a company called Tint Wiz, which sounds pretty legit. We good? Nice. Very nice. Little bubble there. They said they have 4 different softwares and they've pre-adjusted a lot of their patterns. And they also use Geo, so it's a very, very good fit. All right, so let's scrubby this down. Check it over. That's the only way we'll know. Because up to this point, you kind of just go through the motions and you cross your fingers a little bit. But it's a way to save some time. Big squeegee. I need to get a better big squeegee. If you guys know of one, let me know. This one leaves some streaks, but the idea here I really like. Something that sounds really simple that I just like completely ignored. Yes, we did mention, but no worries. This is 5% on the back and 35 on the front doors. I think we're done with that. Rubbing alcohol for cleaning. That's something I haven't really done either. I have heard it. I haven't done it. There's lots of those things. Where's my... Hey! It's been playing. Cool, we did that. I heard that one. I don't know why the other one didn't work. That's dumb. Catch it. Flo. We'll call you Flo. I'm sorry. I don't know the beginning. I'm also starting to boil inside. Hey, what's up? I'm new in the window tinting world. Smiley, is there like an average price for cars like this one that you're doing all the prep? I have seen other guys that don't do much prep work on the windows. Thanks. Is there an average price for cars like this for you doing all the prep? Oh, I don't charge any extra for the prep. What I like to do is just charge. I'm not even the most expensive in this area. I should be. Like, I want to be. But I started my prices out pretty competitively. Thank you so much for that super chat, by the way. I would just... A good way to figure out pricing is to kind of shop around in your area, cold call shops, and get a good idea of what other people are doing. And then don't go the cheapest. Offer a good product, put effort into your work, put effort into your customers, put effort into everything that you're doing, and then just charge more for it. Being like this amount of prep work here, I put a little bit extra because one, we're doing live streams where we can spend more time learning about stuff. Out in the field, I tend to just not have that much time, but we still charge the same. There's only, like, you kind of learn to adapt to certain speeds and pressures that shops put on you eventually. But yeah, I don't have a great answer, but I don't usually charge more just for the prep work. It's just, don't be afraid to charge more in general, and then just put as, like, you know, put as much effort as you can with the time that you have is always what a good recommendation. Thank you, though. I really appreciate that. There was like one little... There's one little thingy. Yeah, this little guy. We gotta make sure that little guy's down. Oh, and that little guy. Just little fingers. These dots are much finer. I noticed this when they first came out. I swear they make it harder to stick on the edges. Just the way how fine they are together. Generally, we'll have a little finger on this side too. It's been a while since I've done one of these ones in particular, but I remember that being like a thing. I should have snapped these ones a little better on the bottom. So get it hot, let it chill. And then is it better to squeegee more or less? You always want to get out as much as you can, but you don't have to go overboard. Put a decent amount of pressure, squeegee, and then as the glass, as it sits there, especially if you're in a warmer climate, you're gonna notice if you put it outside or it has like a half hour to an hour to sit, that water is gonna pool up into small spots. All that will evaporate out. As long as it doesn't have bright white air bubbles in it, everything's gonna be fine. So just do the best you can, but you don't need to like freak yourself out and go overboard. How it evaporates out, I have no idea. It just magically does. But for some reason, air doesn't ever come out. It's one of the mysteries of window tint. You are very welcome. So let's do that. Oh, I don't even know why I put that there. So we got the quarter windows left, which I know are the most exciting. Michigan, built with pride. Oh, that's always nice to see. We'll save the sticker for them. Michigan assembly, built with pride. Do you guys ever get these stickers out of state? Or is it just like because these ones are Michigan specific, we get those ones? Because we do have Ford assembly in here. The big three that are becoming less big. Yeah, some people do. Some people never seen them. I gotta turn on that fan. Yes, I have on the front windshield of a Navigator, and it sucked to remove. Stupid Michigan stickers suck. Big fan, brother. Keep up the good work. Thanks, man. Just wait. We got a video coming out right after this live stream. Y'all put those notifications on. I gotta hype it up for we have a editor. His name is, or he goes by Ginger. And what he did is I had him look over the footage from the live stream on Saturday about the Honda Fit, and he turned it into a 10-minute video. So that will be posted immediately following the stream. So I'm pretty excited for that. Is this on the outside? Oh, that's that sap thingy again. Cool. Ludwig style, yes! 100%. So I have had that type of idea for a long time, but seeing how he does it is really, really cool. He goes in with like specific video topics. So we're gonna be doing that later this week. It's good because it's gonna create some more stuff for the channel. So later this week, we are gonna be trying to wrap a tail light with Lux. And then that's hopefully gonna make a video. But it'll be fun because I can like hang out with you guys and we can like learn a little bit about it. I'm not super familiar with it. I have done it a little bit, but I am not proficient in headlights, so it's gonna be a bit of a meme. But it should be fun. And then I've got some other topics planned. So we're hopefully gonna be doing one of those a week. We're still gonna be doing the same car live streams that we always do. more content, more better. But I figured it was finally time I try and figure out how to get an editor. And what was super cool about this dude in particular was he already edits for a car channel. So I messaged a handful of people. He already edits for a different car channel. And so he looked up window tinting before and came across my channel because he was interested in doing it for himself. So he's like already familiar with the shit, which is awesome. It just makes me happy. So it's like, how could you not like set that up? It was meant to be. Last little bit here. Okay. We're gonna turn this on. Oh my God. We're gonna put it on 2. We're gonna put it on 2. Oh, that's so much nicer. It is now a sweat box. Doing big things. We're making moves. We're making some moves finally. I mean, a huge reason why is now I have this place, I have the time to do it. And if I was still doing the same stuff that I was doing before, it wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen at like the glass shop or whatever. We literally have to set aside the time. There's just no way around it. So this is literally the only car I pulled in for today. Made this day special for the channel. And then the other stream, I think we're gonna do it later at night too. No. Stupid little bubble. Go away. Where is it? I think. All right. There's like this one dumb spot that's been stupid annoying. I just want to make sure it's gone. Yay, it's gone. Hell yeah, good. I'm glad that didn't get locked up. That could have turned south really quick. All right, so we'll clean up and then we'll be done. Does the tint always peel back over the dot matrix? No, these ones are a little bit finer. Like some dots are a little farther apart. These focuses have always been like just a weird tight dot pattern. So it causes a lot more film to stand up. It's definitely not like a car that I do a lot, and it's not really a big issue either. It's just something that sometimes happens. And then you just like heat it up, you press the edges down, and then, you know, being that the water sits in there, if you can give it some time to dry out, that's where it'll just lay right down. But if it's not perfectly, if it's not even, sometimes it can be a bit of a pain. So it is what it is. This looks good. I remember there's a guy asking if we could do some close-ups on like the roll-ups. So on these ones, sometimes there would be like a little pinch here and like a little pinch here, depending on how tight they are. Have to probably touch something up there. As far as this goes, we're looking really, really good. It's hard to tell though with a live stream on a GoPro. That's just one of the downsides to it. But we will make sure everything's wiped down, everything's cleaned up, and then that's gonna do it for today. Nothing on the windshield this time. The windshield is very cracked. So there wasn't even like, hey, you should do your windshield. It was like you look at it. And unfortunately, like he's just gonna have to get it replaced, so. I'm definitely not disappointed. I've done so many windshields lately. It's nice to just kind of do the sides and the back again. So for touch-ups, a lot of you know this, but sometimes you'll have a little speck or a little crease or something. Warm up the outside of the glass, wait for it to get hot, and then take like a soft tool. Really good one I like to use are these pink tri-edges. Keep your finger on the inside of the glass. Monitor that heat as soon as it hurts. Send them to the glass shop I work at? Yeah, man. So you're never going to have a 100% perfect tint job. So if you have, here's the thing, if you have a little speck here, or a little speck here, or a little speck here, a little speck here, like you want them to be very, very small. And then you can crush them into the film. You're going to maybe have one on the sides. Like it really just depends. Every window is going to be different. But there's a tolerance for them. You want them to be incredibly small. And when you heat them up and it gets hot and you press them out with a tool, they'll basically become invisible. And the thing is, when you step back and you take a good look at a car, there's other imperfections. And the vast majority of time, when you show somebody the full car for the first time and it's all cleaned up and it looks good, you're good to go. Don't freak out about a little speck here or there. Everybody's different. What one person might have a problem with, somebody else won't even notice. So do the best. My good rule of thumb is do the best you can with the time that you have. Try not to stress yourself out too much. I like to leave a constellation on the window as my signature. As long as it's uniform, then you're okay. Look at that. You could probably say, yeah, exactly. That's my signature. I charge extra for those additional things. But that's all. I know when you're new, so I worked with a guy who, when he was new, he would spend probably about an hour touching up a car after he did it, to the point where he would actually mess up windows. And you just don't have to go that hard. Do the best you can, give it a once over, wipe it down, and then be nice, be friendly. Most people, you're not putting out bad work. That's not what we're doing. We're putting out good work, but it's not a perfect thing. It's an aftermarket film. We do the best we can. We care about our work. We want to do a good job. Most people, I tell you, most people, they'll take about 5 seconds to walk around a car. Yeah, cool. Or just jump in it. Very few people will be like, what's and this and what? No, that's not most people. Okay, so let's finish up this back window. Everything's all laid down. We got to put this deck back. We got to lean these forward. Let's take out our tools. We need to clean these shelves finally, and then we can leave some tools there. Ugh. Good deal. Push pins back. Make sure the seatbelts are out of the way. And then put the headrests in, and we will be donezo. Yeah, man, this looks good. Hell yeah. All right. And that, my friends, is a full focus. We'll put his stuff back up here. Where are those clay bars? Let's take a look at those, and then we can end things. There, cool. Next one. There is no next. Next one will be, I don't know, I don't have anything scheduled yet. Should have one. I'm assuming, oh no, we're at least gonna do the fun stream. Fun stream. Taillight. We're gonna wrap a taillight later this week. That'll either be on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not 100%, but one of those days, probably at night. We're trying to plan for it. So, fun stream. We will still have these, hopefully. The next one, I guess, would be on Saturday. Still doing full cars. Fun, 100%. I know there was something that I wanted to do. Oh, yeah. We wanted to look at the clay bars. Very end. So, this one was not the worst. These defrosters were not the worst that I've ever seen, for sure, with the clay bars. But, for example, it's like this. If we get it some light, this is what it looked like kind of before. We left it sitting on a microfiber, so that's why it's a little not super smooth. And then that's what it kind of looks like afterwards. So, can we change this? Yeah. Let's get a good close-up on that. So that's like before, and that's after. So that kind of scuzziness, you're going to see a lot worse on chargers. Well, not chargers specifically, but that was like one of the worst ones. So like I did like a 2018 charger that looked clean, and then it was just completely filthy clay bar, and that's happened over and over again. So I'm really a big fan of the clay bars. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. If not, thank you so much. This is going to be posted. Hopefully the clay bar stuff is going to be posted in a dedicated video on the channel. So if you're watching this as a video, like it, subscribe, all the good things, and I'll see you in the next one. What do you guys think? Does that make a decent video? Have you ever tinted a school bus? I think so. I think I've tinted one school bus or something very much like it. It was like a limo. It was a party bus. I did a party bus, and that took forever. And the other question is, should we put chat up on the dedicated videos? Oh, man. My God. What a day. So this was good. So we should check the phone. Hopefully, we're making sure. Oh, God. So many notifications. That scares me. Because I can't run a business while I'm on stream. We should take a picture and we should send it to him. Let's move this. You guys are welcome. We're going to take a picture and we're going to send it to the customer, and then we're going to be donezo. Okay, something like that. No, where is he? Can I send pictures? Choose from gallery. How long did that take? We're 2 hours, 15 minutes? That wasn't bad at all. Awesome. Cool. We sent that to him. He will get back to me in a minute. And then, yeah, that's it. All right, cool. We are done. And cool. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Thanks, guys. So, I want to thank the Super Chats. That's the last thing I want to do. There's always something. So let me drag this over here so I can make sure I got them. We had a handful of Super Chats, which is always very much appreciated. Alligator Window Tint, Charles, and Flo, all with $10 Super Chats. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you very much. That is now going to be going to an editor for some more content for this channel. We're stepping things up. We're trying to be better. We're trying to provide some more tint content, and I think we can. I think we can live stream and make a video and sit in a car and juggle at the same time. So thanks everybody for hanging out. This one was a lot of fun. It actually went incredibly well. So this is good. Good stuff. So Wednesday or Thursday, we should have the taillight stream. And then also, don't forget, end of this stream, I will be posting the video from the last live stream. So if you guys could give it some love, that would be incredible. That would help me out a bunch. Really appreciate it. And it's the editor's first appearance on the channel as far as skills go. He's not in the video, I am. But I like what he did. So leave your comments on that video. And as always, I will see you in the next one.